This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Dr. Barbara Vokatis, on the podcast Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. I hope everybody's doing very well today. It's sunny in upstate New York finally, so I'm just beyond happy. And every time I have on my show someone who is neurodivergent, who went through some struggles in the educational system, wow, sounds familiar, probably to many people, but also came out of it with, well, some achievements that are not little. I can't believe, I mean, how many neurodivergent people, and there is other types of neurodiversity, just were able to turn things around. It didn't happen overnight, obviously, but when they share their stories, there is something so powerful about it because we can learn so much, and we can also literally use this information, I think, to change educational system. I believe, and I wonder if my guest today agrees with me, that learning from these people, neurodivergent people, how they turn things around can actually help in changing education, because we got to do something different. We've been trying to change education in certain ways, but boy, you have to sometimes do something more innovative to actually get the wheels spinning. And today I have a super special guest, and I'm so thankful that he agreed to be on the show. It's hard to introduce him because he is not only that he's well known, but he's been doing just so many things, which again attests to the power of neurodiversity. First, shout out to Valeria Yertanas because she connected us. So I gotta say it. I have to. Exactly.
Valerie?
So his name is, and I have to try to pronounce it because this is a very original name, UNEEKInt. UNEEKINT,
Yep.
am
Got
I
it.
correct? I'm trying.
Yeah. You got it.
UNEEKINT, welcome on my show, Get Inspired with Dr. Barb.
What's up?
I'm doing good, but let me just introduce you a little bit to the audience. He is an award-winning producer, singer and songwriter, manager, graphic artist, IT analyst, boy, actor, and I don't know what else I missed, but I also wanted to say with these incredible roles and different activities he is doing, and I know he's going to do more, he is an extremely humble person who's also who believes in others and the potential of others, helping others in the music, but maybe not even only. And he's a motivator. And thank you so much also, UNEEKINT, for helping me with the graphic post that we
Yeah.
managed to put together. I really
Hey,
appreciate it.
and it really helped out. I could see it. Shoot. It worked.
Yeah, I think we got some engagement going on this. Very good. People were probably surprised. What the heck is going on? But hey, surprise is a good thing,
Yeah.
right? If you do the
Of
same thing over
course.
and over,
For real.
you're amazing. And I wanted to also start by saying something. I don't know if you know about it. You might. I mean, within the neurodivergent population, and especially autistic population, statistics are kind of really sad. 80% of these people, or maybe even more, they don't work, and they mental health is like this, down, right? Suicidal rates is also very high in this population. And it's like,
Tell me about
what
it.
is going on? And here we have educational system, and I'm not blaming educational system for everything. We can't do that. There are amazing schools, amazing teachers who work hard, amazing principals and superintendents that I interview on this show, and some of them have incredible ideas. They're just amazing people, but something's going on that that the needle is not moved, is not changing. And if you would like to share something about it, I would appreciate. But also, if you could share a little bit about your journey, like what happened when you were in school, you were a little boy. Like what was good? What was okay happening in the school? What you like? If you like anything in the school, I don't know. Some people
Yeah.
don't like school. They hate school. You know what I mean?
I
My
like,
kid only liked being on the bus.
no, I actually enjoyed doing math. I was really good at math. I mean, the education part, like the schools and stuff, when it came to the reading and stuff, it was something I was like, I'm more of the math guy. It's more fun. I had to learn pre-algebra and algebra, and I like numbers. It was not a problem for me. Math, playing sports. I did all four sports. I ran track. I did the hurdles. I played basketball. I did some football, but our team wasn't that good, to be real. Our team was not that good. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
They need some magic.
Yeah, yeah. I tried
But
doing
yeah,
wrestling and all that too, but yeah.
well, it is about trying different things, right? But actually, I have a question. So there were some teachers who were teaching you reading. They saw that at that time there was no UNEEKInt name, right? Obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they saw that you were struggling in reading. Did they come up with any solutions or ideas? How the heck help you with that?
Yeah, they tried to give me someone that was like a tutor, but my problem has always been reading. I'm not that good at reading because my spelling wasn't that good because I travel a lot. We moved around when I was younger. So I never got to get the full education of learning how to read correctly. I read better now, but I'm still not as good. There's still words that I still have to sound out and try to figure out. And I'll use like other words that I know and then the syllables that's in there, and I'll try to match it with what that is, or I'll look it up on Google and learn the word, and then I'll know it.
Wow. Well, I have to tell you something.
Yeah,
This is coming from, there are some teachers and researchers who figured out that kids who have difficulties with reading, it's not that they have a problem, it's that they did not do not have teachers who are experts, who know what to do. And actually right now we know what to do. And that's the problem. Matching
yeah,
kids with these experts who can figure things out. Because the problem is that then if you don't have this expertise, then you kind of grow up thinking, oh, I just can't read. I'm just not good at reading, right? With this idea.
yeah, yeah. I would like someone to actually help me get better at my spelling because now that I'm older, I feel like I could actually learn more, Because I would
Oh,
love
look
to
at
just sit down and read.
and
I
you are
just,
willing to learn more.
yeah, yeah. I know, look, all this, what's going on here. I'm good at
Yes.
all this. I'm good at this. Like the spelling part has always been a challenge for me.
But you are good at so many things. But
Yeah,
I just love it. Do you want to, make up for some other lost time in the past? That's absolutely amazing. But when you were little, you were already started to think about something
yeah.
about being an artist, dancing, singing, whatever it was. How old were you when these thoughts and dreams were starting to like enter your brain, little brain at that time?
I was about I think 7 or 8. When you talking about the music side, yeah, it started at 7. I watched Michael Jackson. I watched all the like Billy Ocean, the
Yeah.
Beatles. I mean, I was inspired. But from there, before that, I mean, I didn't really feel like I had a voice until someone came and approached me at 14, 15 years old. So I was just breakdancing. I like to pop, lock, and drop it. Like I was dancing, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I danced at least until I was 17 years old doing pop, like popping. Yeah. So
Unbelievable. But you're saying somebody approached you and just out of the blue, hey, you can sing. And who
yeah,
was it? Just like a random person or somebody you knew,
no,
you know what I mean?
it was it wasn't someone I knew, but like eventually we became friends and then I went with that label. Um I ended up selling by the time I was 19 years old, actually 18 years old. Yeah. 17, 18 around there. I sold 175 units, 175,000 units.
I was
And then
reading
I
about it. Whose
yeah.
idea was it? Because you were selling and you had some help too. You could tell us a little bit more about it, right? Give us idea. I mean, you like out of the van or something. Whose idea was it? How did it came out?
Actually, I realized that I could sell. That's when I first learned how to sell things and
Yeah.
I realized I knew how to sell CDs. I knew how to talk to people. and I was getting like $13 to $17 a CD on the
Wow.
streets by myself. And then I ended up getting a crew, and word got out, like Northern Cali and stuff, like Oakland, Sacramento, all that area. They were just happy to hear that someone's selling CDs. And they sent me CDs
Yeah.
and started giving me money from their project, or I would buy it out
My
and
God.
sell it. You know what I'm saying? I got so good at it. I was like, dang, I'm going to get me a van and a crew. I even hired my mama.
Hey,
She went out and sold CDs.
I mean, you're such a nice guy. When I look in you, you're just a nice, cool teenager,
Yeah.
just coming out. People see the van, you know, boy with, with a smile, CDs in the hand. So just automatically, what the heck is going
Yeah.
on? Conversation, right? Selling is not like really selling, but something else. What other artists, young artists, doing something like that at that time, like selling out on the street?
I've seen a lot of people selling things, but like for me, I was selling something that people didn't have, which was an R&B mixtape. Before mixtapes were mixtapes, I was like one of the first. So yeah,
Wow, it's
before
absolutely
Coast to
amazing.
Coast, all of these mixtape companies, before all of that, I literally pressed up my own CD and would go into the store and buying it and everything and making a little nice cover and selling it. And it was back then we called them industry tape or industry mixtapes. Not even
Right.
mixtape. It was just like a R&B industry R&B tape or something because we would take beats that we didn't own. Of course, I wasn't making beats yet. So, yeah. I would just sing on it and I would sell it. It was cool.
Unbelievable. But you were like doing it when you were still in high school, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. And a little bit out of it too.
So let's say in the high school, like, did anybody, and by the way, many kids, neurodivergent kids, the hardest time they have is actually high school. I don't know
Yeah.
how it is. You would think that as you go up in education, teachers will know you more, administration will know
Yeah.
more. They'll figure out things will work for you better as you go up, and they go
Yeah.
worse. And we have a lot of high school dropouts, right? So, and that's what we have, and the trend continues, and it's been going like that for decades, interestingly. So you were in high school doing something super innovative and brave, I mean, creative. Anybody in high school had a clue what the heck you were doing in the street selling these units?
No, no. And my mama didn't even have a clue. Check this out. I had a van that I bought from somebody for like $100, literally. And I found out I could never register the car. So I had this van. It was ugly, right? It was an MPV. Yeah, MPV,
Yeah,
Mazda MPV. And I liked it because it had a one door in the middle,
yeah.
and then it had the front two passenger and driver side, and it was cool. I put a TV in the middle. It was cool. I loved the van, but I could not get it registered for nothing. So I
Oh
rolled it
my
out
God.
to the point where like till it couldn't ride no more, and then it got impounded, and that was it. It was over. It was done. You know,
I
it was
can't believe
done.
what a story. Hey, I didn't read that one. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for sharing.
yeah.
So even your mom didn't know. I mean, so why am I even asking about the teachers? Because that's what's happening. Here is the school. You've got one life. You go into school, right? And then you have another kind of life because that's what you have to do. You're not going to get help from the school, obviously. Forget about that, right? But I'll tell you something. I recently interviewed a principal from Bronx,
Dang.
over 22 years principal. It was so awesome. And he's telling me he's not just a principal. He literally goes to businesses. He says, I'm like, so what are you doing? What is your job beyond the principal? He says, I'm a hustler and bagger. It's like, what do you mean, hustler and bagger? He says, I go to businesses if they match what we want to do in the school and literally asking for money for children, not for himself, obviously. And in that school, they do all kinds of stuff. They even have flight simulators.
Wow.
They do things for children. Can you imagine like a little recording studio, right? With
Huh?
all the cool stuff, maybe not as cool as you have, right? But something for kids to be able to learn how to record music. And these kids learn math, reading, writing, all that stuff, while they also learn jobs that they might even like to do in the future. And it's like so authentic, so cool. He was telling me all about it, and I was just like opening my mouth. I'm like, this is amazing what you're doing. And I think we need these kind of initiatives in the, in the education.
Hmm.
And we certainly, we just can't just like what you were saying, like nobody knew about what you were doing. And
No.
that was so interesting, back then probably teachers like was like, so you wouldn't even say, and you didn't even feel like anybody was interested in this. I would like to ask you back then when you were, I don't know, little boy or in high school,
Hmm.
what you think you would have liked to see from the teachers, from the school, helping you, acknowledging you in any way. Would you change anything in
Yeah.
terms of your education? And let us know because we want to know, you know what I mean? Hey, this is Getting Inspired with Dr. Barb. Anything can happen here. And like literally, right? It's a fun show too. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. What I would have, man, I mean, I got beat up in high school and middle school. It was crazy. Yeah, I was actually pretty short. I didn't get no height until the ninth grade. So I was like a little short guy.
So
And
you were bullied and beaten up by others?
yeah, bullied, all kind of stuff.
Gosh,
Yeah, I got my jaw is still broken from when I was younger. One time.
my God.
Yeah, I got beat up. Um, for no reason too. I just answered a question. I'll never forget it. This guy from Oakland, he waited for me to get out of school and I went down to the store and I came out and he just hit me. But
Unbelievable.
yeah, I was like 13, I think. Yeah, 13 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, around there.
Did you tell anybody? Did anybody in school know? Is it because you were not supposed to? You were afraid of like retaliation from
Yeah. Oh
them?
yeah. This dude was from Oakland. I was like, hey, I know how Oakland gets down. Even me, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I just left it alone. But I ended up switching schools after that because I didn't want to deal with the whole craziness. The dude was crazy and he just got on my nerves. And then I started martial arts when I was right at 14. So at 14, I started studying and learning martial arts, and I never got beat up again. But before that, I was getting beat up. I was getting thrown in trash cans because I'm a little short thing. Dunked in
Gosh.
a yeah. One time, I even got dunked in. I think in a bathroom, not in the toilet, but like my head put under the
Okay.
water. Yeah, yeah. I've been
Oh
through
my
it.
gosh,
I've been
this
through
is
all that.
horrible.
Yeah. One time I hid in the dumpster. Like threw the dumpster over me and hid it and held it closed just so I didn't get beat up. But besides all that, I still ran track.
Yep.
Yeah, I ran track. I had my shoes stolen from me, which I ended up getting sponsored in high school by New Balance shoes, and they literally gave me shoes because I had no shoes. I grew up really, really poor, and I didn't have much money, so they gave me shoes to wear and clothes from like the Salvation Army. I was shoot for me not having no money. I was like it was like I was shopping at the store, the mall. When they came through and they said, "Hey, you can come in here and get whatever you want." I was like, "Really? All right." I was over here getting stuff. You know, it was fun. So I learned a lot in high school, though.
I mean, thank you so much for sharing this story.
Yeah,
Bullying. I mean, you would think that bullying maybe now there is anti-bullying laws, right? And all that. There is
yeah.
more,
Well,
there's more help, but it doesn't mean that bullying is over.
yeah, because I lived in Oakland and Sacramento. Because I lived in California. I think I lived in California for 4 years, and then I went over. We traveled a lot. Like my mom would move different places like every 9 to 10 months, sometimes two
Oh my
years.
gosh.
Yeah, we traveled a lot,
Yeah.
and so we'd go from there to Reno, Nevada, and I would stay with my grandpa. He's deceased now, but I would stay with them in Reno, Stead area, Stead, and that was not fun. We was in the trailer park, so yeah. I didn't grow up rich, just so everybody know. I didn't grow up rich. I made my own wealth, all of that,
Yeah.
everything from the bottom, everything.
You certainly have has just done it all and achieved it all. And I mean, bullying is a serious issue. I mean, I hear you saying the number one thing that you would have changed is just, well, safety, having safe environment where
Yeah, it wasn't
nobody
very safe.
beats you up.
It wasn't safe.
Oh my gosh.
All they did was
No.
suspend him, and then to be hon
So they suspended him, but then he returned.
yeah. Actually, in Oakland, I end up no, Sacramento, I end up running for my life because I got hit by a bullet. Yeah, this kid, like, shot at me, and that's back then, it was gangland, Sacramento, let me tell you right now, it was pretty hot. Fire,
Gosh.
really. Yeah, and so he shot at me. I missed the bullet and I kept running and I jumped over the fence. You can't see it no more because I put it on my tat. I like covered it. But there was a long thrash right there from getting hooked on the gate going over. So yeah, my life was not all that pretty. And I got
No,
some
no.
scrapes and stuff. Yeah.
And I know that you also have some health challenges too that can you have to consider, right? When you
Yeah.
perform and all that. Boy, life is not easy. I don't know. Maybe it is easier a little bit for some people. I don't know, but
Not
it's just
lupus.
not, right? It's a pretty
Yeah.
heavy kind of really difficult, dangerous illness. Heard a little bit about that, but I need, and thank you so much for sharing this. If I could ask you, let's say
Yeah.
someone, young kid in high school, neurodivergent, whatever that is, it can be autism, can be attention deficit, can be something else, going through some tough time, like, I don't know, I can't just, nobody just like values me and, I don't know what to do. I was just thinking about dropping out the darn high school and only my mom likes me and they just don't see like the sense in life,
Yeah.
and I think that it's one of the most important thing is in life when you feel that somebody cares about you, right? Obviously, but for a
Yeah.
kid like
It's
that who struggles, what kind of, you had any kind of advice or tip to
so
offer? Yeah.
I always felt like even with my family, sorry to say this, but even with my family, I never felt like I was wanted. I felt like no one cared about me. I built this whole empire by myself. I mean, I'm about to talk about myself right now. Like,
Right.
I
Right.
never felt like my family was on my side. I never felt like anyone was on my side. I felt like I was in this alone. And the only thing I had was my writing. And there was a point where I had tried to commit suicide. Like I literally hung myself and the rope
My God.
broke. And that's what stopped me because I don't know. It just after that, things just started happening good, because I thought that literally everyone was against me. I've been hated on all my life. There has never been a moment of someone saying, "Congratulations, Unique. You're finally here." Because no one has ever cared about me in my life. Because why? They're so much into themselves. They always think a person like me, I'm getting all this stuff and people buy me things and want all this. They think that because I'm famous, that's why I'm getting that. No, people fly me out to places and do stuff for me is because they know my struggle, my real struggle in my life, which is why I'm doing these podcasts because I need people to understand that I'm not just some dude that's doing music or been doing music for a long time. I wish back then there was an internet because I keep telling people I done met Bill Cosby, even though, yeah, I've met literally a lot of people. I've been on stage with Rolling Stone, literally, and I don't care what anybody says. I was 7 years old. I can't tell you when and where because people gonna ask that question. But I was on the stage. Clay Dustin, which is the dad that was there for me, is the reason why I even got on stage. I even met backstage. Why can't I say it? Michael Jackson. And
Yeah.
I was 7 years old, and I keep telling people over and over, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to name drop, but I'll tell you this right now. I'm older now. There's no reason for me to lie about what I say.
No, you can do it.
Literally, yeah. I
We
tell
want to hear
people,
it.
yeah, this is real. Like, I'm actually a celebrity. I was on movies and all kind of stuff. You could literally look up my name. I was on Bill Cosby show, which is the show about, the guy
Yep,
that had,
I've
yeah,
seen it.
Mr.
Yep.
Rogers. Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Yeah, stuff like that. I was a little black kid. Not Bill Cosby. I'm tripping. Mr. Rogers, Mr.
Okay.
Rogers' Neighborhood. Yeah, remember that guy? Yeah. I
Oh my
would sit in
gosh.
the audience, and I was one of the first black kids to be there from Portland, Oregon, and I had a big old afro and everything. And I would never forget it. It was an experience. They gave us food. They took care of us.
Yeah.
I can't forget it. But then he got kicked off the air for something. Not my business. Not my business. No, no, no,
Right.
no, no. Not my business.
Yeah.
What? But like I've done so much that it sucks because the kids today, this is what they need to hear. You guys got it easy because you could literally put something on TikTok, you can put something on YouTube and blow up. If I was that same kid and they had TikTok back then, I would be even bigger. You know what I'm saying? People asking me about my following, why you got 3 million followers and why
Yeah,
they never
exactly.
drop. Because they're real. It's my life achievement. It's not like I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of bots. I'm not gonna do that. Now I'll tell you, when I started my career, I bought them bots. Oh yeah. When I had 60,000 followers, I paid that 40,000 to get to the 100,000. And then when
I
I
mean,
got like, yeah, no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I had 750,000 followers, and they said you could pay this 350 or whatever to get to 1 million. I did that. I'm not gonna lie. But then after that, I never bought anything ever again. I never ever bought a thing because I didn't need to. I made
I
sure my
love it.
music and my content was right,
Yeah,
professional, and I came with professionalism. I make sure I go comment on people's stuff and show love, and that's what
you
it's
do.
about.
You do.
Yeah,
I see you share people's posts. Hey, you're not
yeah,
going to see every celebrity engaging in this kind of activity. You know what I mean? They know, even some of them, they won't even like it if you just, but I mean, it's absolutely amazing, but it just shows your spirit. It shows everything you went through in life, because that's what shaped you who you are today. This is not just history. That history is reflected in the way you are. It's absolutely amazing. So, what I hear you saying to the young person, they appreciate that you live in the times when it's a little bit easier because there's more
yeah.
access. There is the social media. Social media is not all great. We know that, right?
No,
But I also would like, and don't expect people to love you. You
no,
just have to love yourself, and that's how you have to find the strength within yourself, because it's not going to be everybody will like support you and praise you and all that stuff. I totally hear
they're
what you're
not.
saying. I totally hear what you're saying. So you have to find the strength. I mean, hey, there's podcasts now with incredible experts on motivation, on personal development. You people can listen to this for free, and so we have access to that too, right? I listen to some of this myself too, the better ones, of course, but right. I don't have time for all this stuff, obviously. I just paying attention to the most valuable stuff for me, that works for me, right? But what would you say to the young people, because they are on those social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, there are some other things too. They messing around with this. Sometimes I don't really know always that they understand why these social media platforms exist for them, how they can utilize them so it actually works for them. Sometimes
Yeah,
I don't think they really have a clue. Would you have any, because they're not going to learn it from school. I'm going to tell you right now, and you know about it
no,
more than anybody
yeah,
else. What can they do? Maybe one or two tips. And I know you're an expert in this area. You have got a
yeah.
marketing company. You know about social media, how it works. I know that there's
I do.
algorithms. But if there is one or two tips that you could tell these young people, if I were you, just do one, two that will make a difference for you, that will help you kind of like showing who you are, and they need to understand why they even are on those social media platforms.
So what I always tell people is not just your content, it's how you support other people too. You know what I'm saying? Like say you start out with a page with 500 people, but you're going and doing massive comments to other people. you're gonna probably gain some followers because Instagram also tracks that and they send you followers. People don't know this, but they do. And when you follow people, certain accounts will you'll gain followers. The unfollow and follow that works, but it only works so much. Just like hashtags, hashtags don't really work anymore.
No, they
They still
don't.
show up. Yeah, they show up, but they don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like they just shut that down. This whole business is all social media is all business. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want you to win or want us to win, then it wouldn't be like only showing 3% of our fan base. You know, we have to work every day hard and go comment on things and post, maybe even do stories and keep people engaging because we're dealing with a society of people that like they may listen for up to 30 seconds. Now, if you change it up and it's fun, like just out of nowhere, they might keep listening
Yeah.
because that's just the way we're kind of built now because social media, phones, all the Wi-Fi and the 5G messes with your head, you know what I'm saying? People going a little crazy. But what I tell people is get away from your phone for at least 2 hours, 3 hours. Put it like get away from it. Like go do some activities. Then come back to social media because then you're like refreshed and then it's easier to like get ideas, you know what I'm saying? And watch some videos of how people do some stuff. Honestly, social media is not really that hard. I think when I was younger and I was pushing, it was harder because I'm going face to face, but you get better results because now Spotify, iTunes, all those media companies, they take so much percentage from artists. You got to sell like 10,000 streams just to get like a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
It has
crazy to
changed.
me.
It is crazy. If it was, if I could do something with this, I would change it for artists. I'm telling you right now, with the
Yeah.
magic wand. Yeah, it's not
This
really
is
fair.
this is the society we live in now. Like there's no way for it to come back because it's like the way everything is digital. And then you got AI sounding like real people.
My
Okay.
gosh,
You know how
this is
many
crazy.
times I get asked, is that AI? This is
Yeah.
real. I tell people all the time. They're like, "You use AI on that." Yeah, I might use a little bit just to correct some things. I what? Everybody uses autotune, right? That's AI. That's still a digital thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
me personally, I try to use as little as possible, but I still use it because these days the youth don't recognize nothing but autotune. Like if you sing and you sing for real, if it doesn't have like some kind of autotune in there, they're not even paying attention to it. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. They can sing. That's it." You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. I totally I really appreciate that you mentioned AI because now we've got this, how it is, this crazy content on social media that you see. And I've noticed that, for instance, my kid started saying, I just hate AI. I just hate AI because you see these, these videos and you see like the fake social media accounts that are just put by AI, and nobody like tracks it and they have like 1 million of followers. This is crazy. And some other accounts are starting to notice it and draw attention to people. Hey, don't follow this guy who pretends that he's a plastic surgeon. He's AI. And
Yeah,
people just following, but also young people, because of what's happening with this on social media.
easily
And they
influenced.
yeah, and they don't learn anything. Can you imagine, in high school they don't learn about proper uses of AI? Like AI is even banned in high school. How are these kids supposed to learn about helping themselves in the future if high school bans AI? I mean, come on, teachers use AI. So what is going on, right? So you see,
Yeah,
I'm not bashing the schools, but there's things happening that should not be happening. So my kid, AI is bad. Mom, why did you post this picture with AI? I'm like, what are you talking about? I post my picture without AI, but I don't do anything with AI. But once in a while, I do
yeah,
something different a little bit. So it's just, you can't just hate this, right? Because this is going
yeah.
to be, I mean, a huge part of our future. But I also, I
It's
mean,
definitely gonna be.
Yeah, and I just love what you said to young people, so they realize some important things. And would you have any words for teachers? I mean,
Mm.
they don't have it easy, and I totally get it. I
No,
used to
and
be
they
a
don't
teacher
pay
in the class.
enough. They don't pay teachers enough
Exactly.
because they don't feel like it's I'm noticing that the school of education and the board and all that, they don't feel like it's like a big deal to them, you know? Even professors, I know
Right.
professors in college, they like we had to take a pay cut because they're not wanting to pay us more. It was weird. And they just want to give them whatever because they're not that's not their focus. They just want to get money from people. They don't care about anything else. That's just how it goes.
You're exactly right. People who are in those driving seats, who are directly working with children, they should get paid more. My friend who's a teacher, she works second job because she wants to have extra money, and I mean, she could be okay without it, but she wants to be able to go on vacation. Come on, right? And she has to have a second job, not full time, but just the fact
Yeah.
alone that she's a teacher and she has to have a second job, it just tells you something right away that something's really wrong with the system.
Oh yeah.
With master's degree, right, and being experienced, incredible teacher she is. I go with my therapy dog to her classroom. She's absolutely amazing and so innovative.
Yeah.
But what would you say to teachers who are, especially young teachers, who are going to this profession? And I teaching them actually myself,
Yeah.
what to pay attention to as they work with children. And some of these kids might be, neurodivergent, different, unique, hard to
Yeah.
teach because of the difficulties they might have, because of their uniqueness. They might not be able to read so quickly, and learn. What would you tell the young teacher to kind of like give some kind of advice based on your experiences?
I would say that like I know it's tough and I know it's hard, but you're very important and very valued because you help grow the young society, you know what I'm saying? Like so don't be discouraged. I know you got to get a second job, but you chose this career because you want to help the youth to see success, you know? It's sad that you guys don't get paid as much, but damn, I'm
Right.
here for you.
Yeah, and just like this person who told you, "Hey, kid, you don't have to just dance. You can actually sing." So can you imagine
Yeah.
the teacher saying something to the kid? Hey, actually, you know what? I know it's going not as easy with your reading, but boy, that book you read yesterday, that was a cool job. You can do it. You can be a reader. You can be a writer. Because I mean, Unikin, you are writing your own songs. That's being
Yeah.
a writer, right? That's being a writer. So, it's
It's a
not
lot
just
of
writing
work.
essays, and it's a yeah, it's a lot of work. It's basically writing poetry. That's what it is to me. It's like
Yeah.
it's a poem, right? It's a poem. We call it lyrics, but it's poetry to me, really. That's really what it is. I call it what it is. It's it's totally a lot of work. Also,
Mhm.
well, thank you so much for these wonderful words of encouragement. We would like to hear
No
a little
problem.
bit from you about what projects you have going on right now. I know that you have a new song that will come out, and its
Yeah.
title it's Shining. Is that right?
Yeah. Shining.
Because
Yeah.
I'm following you, and I look everything you're
Yeah.
doing. I'm trying to. I really stalk you all the time. I mean, not all the time. I gotta work too.
No, it's okay. You gotta work. Get it done. Get it done.
Yeah, but you are very interesting and really such a cool person. And again, you're welcome. So versatile. So we want to know the new things you are doing, and also where you can be followed, supported. We want to hear
Okay.
all that, our audience.
Okay. Hey, audience. So I have what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, what's
What? What?
up? Are you there?
Take a pose. Yeah. Okay. um. So I recently found my sound of where I want it, and so I'm coming out with a massive amount of music. Probably every month, I'm releasing something. Every month. Yeah, a new song coming out. And once you find your sound, it just makes you want to keep going, you know. You guys can find me at my website, which is UNEEKINTS Or you could even just Google my name. When you Google my name, everything literally comes together. You just type
Yep.
in UNEEKINT. That's UNEEKINT. Unique or unique INT. Same thing.
Yeah.
Unique INT is abbreviation of Unique International. That's my name. So now you know.
Love it.
Unique It is a name that they use in Japan, China, Hong Kong, places like that, Indonesia. You know, that's what people has been calling me forever. The unique name comes from I started out as a professor. I used to do like dissecting things and making things and having fun, like dissecting and pulling things apart. Then I went
Yeah.
from that to like I end up starting to help people and show people different things. So people were like, "That's kind of unique," and that started pretty young. I was like, not just a name I just threw out there. No,
Yeah.
unique literally is. I've been called unique since I was like 8 years old. They just
That's
stopped calling me Joseph.
amazing.
Yeah, it's not like a unique. Oh yeah, unique. How they spell it with the Q. No, it's unique.
Right.
Unique.
Yeah.
Unique. I even had people calling me Neek. They still call me that to this day. Neek, what's up, man? What's up? I'd be like, what's up? Because it's the same thing. They'd be like, what's up? Neek, what's good? I'd be like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Real simple. But yeah, I there's so many things that I do. Like I'm a producer, as you can see. I'm in my studio. I do marketing for people. I market different artists and businesses all over the world, really. I'm an artist, performer. I'm talent guy, you know. I'm working on getting in movies and shows and acting, doing more podcasts because I really actually love this. I this is like it's like a therapy session, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Seriously, right?
yeah, yeah. And then you just kind of just tell your life and you just rap, and then people
Yeah.
get to know who you are. And then when they find out that your music matches who you are, it's easier because where I was going wrong, I think not doing this was affecting my music because people can't connect. They need an image. They need to see an image and they need to feel, touch, smell, and understand. So putting all this together makes it easier for people to go listen to my music. And now being on so much podcasts, even podcasts on Spotify is helping grow my listeners. I didn't even know that. Getting on podcasts will help grow
Right.
your listeners on Spotify. I
How
didn't
would
know
we know
that.
that? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
So happy to
just new
know.
to me. Yeah,
Yeah, well, because you were willing to try something different. I don't see
yeah,
a lot of singers, celebrities going on podcasts, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah,
not that much, really. So again, you just willing to do something different.
yeah.
Well,
I
again,
just want
it
to,
shows.
I don't,
Yeah,
I want to continue to do this. Like magazines have been picking me up. It's kind of amazing. Like I don't just feel like a rock star. I just feel like because I'm tired. You know, I feel like it's a restart of my career, and I just missed this piece that I should have been doing, and now I'm just kind of making up for it. That's how I feel.
that's amazing. That's amazing. And we hear your story, and today you said some things that really, I mean, all of this is who you are because that's how you're doing new things. But our
Yeah.
past definitely influences our attitude and our outlook towards life. So I was just like so happy to hear. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this because this is some hard stuff too. I mean, kind of like reliving
I
a
don't
little
think.
bit, you know.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how hard it is to be an artist. I mean, you got 80% of artists trying to do it. 80% now it might be 85 actually by this time. And I think like the 10% that's making it, that's good. Well, then we got the 7% and 3% and then 1%. But it's like it's just if you don't make it, it hurts inside because you worked so hard, you put so many years, you know?
Totally get it. It's I mean, life is tough in general, no matter what profession you do, but this is very hard. It's so competitive. And I mean, I know how you said that, being on social media, that makes it easier for you because you can put your stuff out at the same time. Everybody puts their stuff out,
Yeah.
right? So it's not so easy just to, I don't know, all of a sudden become the well-known artist, and it's just so easy to see someone's big account on social media, and you don't see anything how they got there. You don't see nothing about it. It's just so easy to think that it's just got lucky or whatever, right?
But here's the other thing. Here's the downside of the industry. And this is a real dark one. When you're hated on, I could deal with that, right? But when you start getting people saying remarks like gay or bisexual, if I was that, that'd be different. But when people start like texting, and then I'm getting weird things like my phone will send me messages from people, and then people will like hit messages and say, I see you, and it'd be like they'll send pictures. I'm sure you get some crazy stuff like that sometime, and from different countries, not just different countries, even in America. Like people just recently, somebody hacked my my watch, and they I'm getting messages, but then I'm getting messages from somebody else's phone at the same time. So
Oh
it looks
my
like I
God.
did it because the way they did the hack, it looks like I'm doing it. It's crazy. So I deal with a lot. And then in my own city, like in Portland, Oregon, they don't really have love for me. They don't show me support. And that's okay
Oof.
because I can go to California, I can go to the Bay, I can go to New York, I can go to down south. I got a lot of love. And I realized that because the level that I'm on, people don't believe it. For one, when I talk about anything that I say, I'll tell you this right now. I'm not a guy that likes to talk about things that ain't real. So that being said, a lot of people, when I talk, because I have a lot to say, they don't believe what I say. So the industry has a downfall too. It has a downside. It has a good side and a bad side. And the bad side is like you start getting people that just don't believe what you say, but you're showing them that you are doing this and they still don't believe you. So for the ones that's listening, I feel your pain because I deal with it every day. Like it's unavoidable. You can't believe the text messages or emails or stuff I get. I just started telling people, if you're gonna text me the details of information. That's it. Because it's just social media. People can hack your phones, all that stuff. It's insane.
It is totally insane. And also the types of hacking, right? Like you were saying, this is like a different kind of type of hacking. It's like you don't even know what's
Yeah.
going on. How can you fully comprehend it? Forget about it. Thank you so much for sharing this because this is also a lot of, kind of a warning for young people. I mean, we know that you don't want to discourage young people for, trying to go into the show business and all that stuff. If somebody really wants to do it, I mean, try it. Hey, I mean, try it. Doesn't work out or whatever. You learn something that's going to work for something else. I mean, that's how
And
life is, right?
cut the fat, which means like cut off people, like keep certain people that, and start read people, read them, and read if they're good in your life. Girlfriend, friend, best friend, family member, get rid of that fat, because if you don't, it's going to be toxic in your life. And then trying to make it as an artist, it makes it very difficult because you're focused on that negativity, and you can't even perform in your studio because your mind's clouded. So unless that's the type of music you want to make, which is called dead music, and I don't make that. So that doesn't work.
I mean, so much value in this conversation. Um, I just wanted to ask you super quick right now at the end of the show, what do you think is your life mission? Uh, that's it. What do you think the purpose of your life is, if
I
you
think,
don't mind answering that?
yeah, I think I'm a messenger, really. I think that's why I keep on getting evil contacting me, and like just bad stuff happening to me. People just famous, all that stuff. I don't care. If I didn't have an Instagram, I still would be the same who I am. I don't change for nobody. It's just an Instagram. It's just social media. But I mean, it's cool to have the numbers and it's cool that people listen. But at the end of the day, you still have your own values and what you believe in. But for me, I just I believe that I'm a messenger and I think I'm supposed to do what I'm doing now.
I love it. And, I want to wish you all the best. And, I'll support you any way I can. I see tremendous value in you because you are not just for yourself, but for others too, and helping whatever you can too. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for this wonderful conversation. And I would just want to say to everybody, please follow this incredible artist, listen to his music.
Yeah.
Spread some news. There'll be more to follow. We just heard about the music, right?
Yeah.
So and let us know what you think about the conversation, and follow the show to Get Inspired with Dr. Barb so you don't miss the
Yeah.
episode. And keep doing your magic, because I'm doing mine. Unique is doing his. I'm doing my magic right now. So it was a magical conversation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye. This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb.